Hi guys, it's Laura Stephen here. How are you tonight? I'm delighted to bring this amazing webinar to you, it's gonna help you with some lead generation. So if you're building a home-based business and you are looking to really develop that business, lead generation is one of the key aspects that you're going to be having to do. I have with me tonight on my amazing panel Robin Smith and Sarah Allison, and we're going to be sharing our top tips for strategies for lead generation. So the first thing we wanted to do was just tell you a little bit about ourselves, so you understand the successes that we've had and the things we've implemented and where we've come from, and hopefully it will resonate with some of your stories. So the first person I'm going to hand you over to is Robin, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her story.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. My story, well, I started in 2007 and I started network marketing, and my sponsor told me to pick up the phone and cold call. So that's what I did. And I would actually call 100 people a day, which I know nobody would do. And, 96 or so would basically hang up on me or say no. And the other 4 would maybe listen to me. And, I was actually, I'm not going to lie, able to build a very big team all on my own, but it wasn't duplicatable. So what I started doing was I went online and I went to Facebook and everything, and I went against my sponsor's advice. So that's, first tip I'm going to give you is your sponsor is not always right. You have to do what is important to you and what you think is right in here. So that's tip number 1. We're starting off early, okay, guys? So I went on Facebook, I started doing it and everything like that, started building a bigger team, and actually did very well on Facebook. And this was back when the, spamming was allowed. I'm a spammer and I admit it, at the time. But I started doing well. And I actually ended up running into Gavin and talking to him and everything like that. So I am one of the founding ambassadors of Networking Superstars. I've been around for 2 years with him. And I am the Instagram expert for the blog. And I started the 6 Steps to Instagram Success Facebook group with Robin Smith. So come and check me out if you want to learn about Instagram. And that's about it. I met these lovely ladies in there, and I'm so excited to share more about with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Robin. I'm going to pass you on to Sarah now, who's going to tell you a little bit about her story.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sarah Allison, and my story is that I was originally a child protection social worker. I got diagnosed with ME a couple of years ago, and it was impossible for me to do full-time work anymore. So I was looking at alternative ways to obviously cover the bills. And I was on Facebook looking for some furniture and stumbled across an advert about earning some money while you're on Facebook, and I thought, why not? What have I got to lose? So I did it. I signed up that night, and I started my spamming straight away. Got my adverts out there, told everyone all about the products, and limited success. But I was excited. That's the main thing. I got really excited because I felt like I had a purpose with it. And what it did is it lit a fire in me, and I went out and I started to want to know more about network marketing. And through that journey, I bumped into Gavin, who introduced me to the 6 Steps and to these lovely ladies. And from then on, I have built my group, which is Social Media Marketing Strategies. And I also have a YouTube group as well. I'm generating between 5 and 15 leads a day on different social media. I'm earning good money now. And I'm now a gold ambassador with Networking Superstars as well. And my expert area is YouTube.
Great, thank you very much. And lastly, my story is probably I'm a bit long in the tooth in network marketing. I've been in and around this industry for about 7 years or so, and I started offline. I did everything my sponsor told me to do. I was very excited when I came on board. I thought this was an extra income for me. I was in a place in my life where things had turned upside down a little bit, and basically I did the whole writer who you know list. I talked to everybody I know. I asked them if they want to try products. I approached them about their business, and very quickly burnt through that who you know list. And that possibly resonates with quite a lot of you because it seems to be quite a common story. So I will admit to picking up and putting my business up and down over the years as I tried to reignite the fire, but I just didn't know where to go. So about maybe 18 months ago, I decided to come online. I thought there has to be a better way, and I basically didn't really do too much spam, a little bit, but not too much. And I really went more on a self-development journey, trying to discover a different way to develop myself, a different way to develop my strategy. And I was recommended Networking Superstars by a friend. And I have never looked back since. I stalked Gavin's training for a few months. I copied it. I implemented the stuff he was giving us on the Networking Superstar School and in his fan page. And then when the opportunity came around for me to really jump in with both feet to the 6-step sponsoring sequence, I did. And what a difference it's made. I'm now generating, again, roughly 5 to 15 leads a day through different strategies online, attracting people to me, which is a massive difference to not even being able to speak to 5 people a month when I was offline, without feeling like I was spamming or selling or forcing something on people or actually getting rejected by friends and family. So completely different kettle of fish. I now feel so much more confident about what I'm doing and my ability to help people. So completely different system, completely different approach, and much more in line with my kind of style. So lead generation, what is it? Why do we do it? You know, as I said, I burnt through my warm market very, very quickly. So everyone has to continually build that who you know list. If you're not, you have to write a list. If you haven't written a list, then you need to go and write one. It doesn't matter if you speak to them, but you have to go and write to them, write it down, so you at least have them on a list. And that list should continually expand and continue to expand. And this is what we call our pipeline. And it's a bit of a techie word, but basically it's just a huge big list of everyone you ever know. And if you continually build that, then you're never going to run out of people to actually speak to. You can do this through prospecting, which is actually just reaching out and finding people that you think will be interested. It's quite a direct approach, not for everyone, but you kind of have, there are ways you can learn how to do it. And there's marketing, and that's about branding yourself. So it's really about developing systems and stuff. Now we're going to share a bit of both with you, but with a very attraction marketing based approach. So it's all about connections and all about relationships, as you'll find out as we go through this. The first thing we're going to talk about is dive straight into our lead generation methods and give you tips that you can take away today and start implementing immediately. So this is really powerful stuff, guys. And I'm going to first hand over to Robin, who's going to share some Instagram tips with you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Instagram. So the biggest thing you need to know about Instagram is the only clickable link on all of Instagram is in your bio. So I highly suggest you take a little time and craft that killer converting bio, as I like to say. So what should be in there? Well, first of all, you need to have your name, your username. Okay, your username is searchable. I suggest it be your name. So for example, I am Robin Smith 2007, because just we learn, across the board, what do we say? We always say brand you. So do not brand your network marketing company. You want to brand yourself. Okay, so first will be your name. Second thing is going to be your headline. Okay, your headline is also searchable on Instagram. The rest of the bio is not. Okay, so those are two important points. Your username and your headline are also searchable. So what do you want to do? You want to get your industry keywords into your headline and get them in there. That way when people search, for example, in my case, I have it, Instagram tips, Insta tips, people are searching for Instagram tips. Well, if they do that, I'm going to show up. And when people follow me, they're going to learn more about Instagram. So if you're selling, for example, I don't know, some sort of face cream, you can put that. If you're going to have like anti-aging, follow me for anti-aging tips or something like that. If people search for anti-aging tips, they're going to find you, okay? The rest of the bio needs to be who you are, what you do, how can you help them, and then a call to action to click your link, okay? So who are you? What makes you unique? What makes you different than everybody else? How can you help them? That's really the key, is we want to come out and help our people, because not going to lie, you know, everybody is a little self-centered and they kind of want to know what you're doing, right? How can you help me is really what everyone's really after. And then that call to action, we really don't click links anymore that we don't know what they are. So some little weird link or something like that, you know, people are not going to click it. So kind of tell them what it is. You know, in my case, you're leading to my Facebook group. So I bluntly say, come join my exclusive Facebook group. Learn all about Instagram, you know, that's what it is. If you're giving away a blueprint, tell them what the blueprint's about. If you're giving away a free sample, tell them what that is. If you're giving away a coupon, tell them what that is. And then the second part, okay, so now that you have this killer converting bio and it's working and everything like that, now we need to get eyes on this bio. And in order to do that, when you have your post, okay, a post is a picture and a caption, somewhere in there you need to do a call to action to get people back to your bio. So most people use click the link in my bio. And my little golden nugget special, you know, tip that I'm going to give you is when you say click the link in my bio, then tag yourself. Tag yourself as the little, you know, @ and then your username. And that way, when the person clicks it, it's automatically going to bring up your bio for them and they can just click it right there. You're saving them a step of having to search up for you. And any way we can save them, any quicker way we can get them to click our link is what we want to do. So that's really my golden nugget. So 2 points, okay? To sum this up, 2 points are work on your bio, get it crafted right, get it, you know, good call to action, tell people who you are, why they should follow you, everything like that. And then number 2, you want to use a call to action in your post that get people back to that bio. Okay, so take those 2 steps, spend a little time, and you will be easily converting a lot of links, or I'm sorry, a lot of clicks on Instagram. I usually get about 25 to 30 people into my Facebook group every day right from Instagram. So spend a little time and you could be getting 30 leads a day easy.
Thank you, Robin. That's fantastic. The next, I'm going to pass you over to Sarah, who's going to tell you a little bit about video marketing.
Great tips there, Robin. They're fantastic. So video marketing, as we all know, it is the #1 fastest way to develop the know, like, and trust factor with people. When we're on social media and like Laura was going through lead generation, you've been through all your friends, you've been through all your family, so you're actually starting to speak to strangers. So you want to be creating this relationship with them that you want them to be getting to know you. And video is one of the fastest ways to do that. So if video marketing isn't in your arsenal, you are massively missing out on a huge trick. Couple of reasons. One is, like I've just said, about know, like, and trust factor. And the other one is, if you're posting videos on Facebook, they actually stay longer in your newsfeed because they have more points in the algorithm. So the chances of you getting more engagement is increased by using a video. So that's why you should be using video. So I'm going to give you 2 top tips for your video. The first one is your structure. And this isn't complicated, it's dead simple, and it is something that will really help you get engagement. It will help you where if you're a bit nervous about doing video, it will give you that confidence because you'll have a clear idea of exactly what it is that you want to say. So it's a really good tool to have. The first thing is to introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, where you're from. Again, adds to them getting to know you, getting to like you, and getting to trust you because you're giving them personal information. The second one is, depending on what your niche market is, ask them a personal question regarding what they might be struggling with. So, for example, if your market is weight loss, it could be, are you struggling to know what foods to eat? That's really simple. Basically, obviously, I'm not a diet person. But if that was your niche market, you could ask that question. And then the point 3 is to answer that question. Give that content. Tell them some great foods. Give them some examples. Give them some menus even. And the final one, which is exactly the same as with Instagram, is having a clear call to action, whether it be give us a like, drop a comment, ask a question, and have you got any recommendations? Whatever it is, it can be anything. It's just to promote that engagement and to get them to do something. You can obviously, like Robin does with Instagram, you can have a link into your Facebook group or wherever, your blog, your website. But having that clear call to action, it tells them exactly what you want them to do once they've watched your video. The second bit, that I wanted to talk about was actually Facebook Live. So YouTube, we know, is a monster. It is huge. It has vast amounts of traffic. It's a great place to be getting leads. But Facebook has just obviously introduced Facebook Live, and this is another tool that you should be using because it really engages you with your audience. Find a time that's good to be doing your videos, what time your audience is on Facebook, and do a couple of minute videos. That's all you should be doing, just a couple of minutes, following that structure, clear call to action, and again, you should start generating 5 to 10 to 15 leads a day just by introducing video marketing to your strategy. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to Laura now.
Thank you, Sarah. Awesome tips. And it leads so nicely onto my topic of Facebook. I forgot to mention earlier, I'm actually the Facebook expert author for Network of Superstars. And my community started off about teaching Facebook and how to use Facebook to your advantage to build your business. Obviously, I've expanded my teaching and my repertoire now, but Facebook is still my home and my baby, and I still spend most of my time there. So what is Facebook? Well, it's a social media, and we're all here to begin building friends and making connections. And there's 1.65 million monthly active users, and 1.59 million of those are actually mobile users. So there's a vast amount of people for you to go out there and speak to, guys. So if you ever think you haven't got anywhere to go, then you're just not looking, because you're not looking in the right places. There's so many people out there that you could be tapping into, and I'm going to teach you exactly how you can go and do that today. The first thing you need to do with any marketing strategy or any prospecting is identify your target market. And this goes for any platform, not just Facebook. If you are just putting out stuff to the world, then it's not going to work. Not everybody is your customer. So try and work out, who is it that you want to attract to you? What kind of person is it? Just picture that avatar, really get into the mind of the person or the group of people you would like to attract to you, and how you can really tap into their personalities, their wants, their needs, that kind of thing, to try and build that relationship with them and maybe help them with some of their needs. So fan pages is the first place I want to start. Now, fan pages get a lot of slack because they don't get much traffic, or they don't get a lot of viewing figures, but actually fan pages are really, really powerful. So what I would suggest you do is work out your target market and then think about other experts in that field. So if, for example, we'll use health and wellness as another example because it is an easy one. If you're into health and wellness and your company's in health and wellness, think about all the millions of people out there who are involved in the health and wellness industry. Jillian Michaels, who is the biggest loser in US Keep Fit instructor. She's a fantastic person to tap into. She's 30 Days Red, and all these kinds of things. And that's just one. Davina McCall, there's different DVDs out every week on that you can tap into, and go into these fan pages and actually start engaging with the people that are in those fan pages and commenting and liking, because they're your target market. If they're commenting on that page, then you want them to start commenting on your page and in your groups. So start connecting with them. You can just leave a comment under their comment, make it clever, don't just say awesome, actually try and engage a conversation. Or you can even be a little bit more direct. Click on into their profile, and you can do what we call the 3-2-1 approach. So it's 3 likes, 2 comments, and 1 follow. If they don't have a follow button, you can friend request them. It's totally your decision. What I would say, if you're sending friend requests out, do it nice and slow, take your time, or Facebook will put you in jail for being somebody who's a spammer. Always send a message when you are trying to connect with people. Yes, Facebook also has that filter that sometimes filters your message into another's folder, or I think it's now called sent request folder. It changes its name all the time, sent request. But there's a way of getting around that, and that's to use one of these. Download the Messenger app, and they will actually get a notification if they're on Messenger as well that you're trying to contact them. If you do it on your laptop, then actually it skips that and it goes straight into the folder that they may not even know is there. And here is my golden nugget for you when you're using Messenger or sending any message, is the structure of your message. So it should be, hey, hello, and the person's name, so personalize it. Why you're messaging them. So you're reaching out to them because you saw them on Davina McCall's page and you liked their comment. Compliment them in a way. You know, if you saw a picture of them that they'd run 10K, just keeping with the health and wellness, say that's an amazing achievement to run 10K, and then pose a question at the end. And the question is to instill an answer to try and encourage that rapport to get going. You can't even be as direct as if to say, I'd love to connect. Is it okay to friend request you? If you want to be a little bit more polite about just starting that conversation, most people will say yes if they're open to building relationships out with their immediate friends and family. So that's my golden nugget for Facebook. We normally have Jax Henderson here, who's our Pinterest queen. She's not able to make it tonight, so we're going to pass you back to Robin, who's going to cover her Pinterest tips, because it's a great place to also be lead generating.
Yes, we want to give a little shout out to Jax. Tomorrow is her birthday, so happy early birthday, and she's spending it with her family. So that's where she is tonight. Yes, I'm going to talk to you about Pinterest. Now, again, it's not really my thing, but I know enough about it, hopefully. So what I'm going to share to you about Pinterest is, for most people, it's not the go-to place, okay? One thing we really didn't say is, when you're starting out, you kind of want to pick one platform. And most people start out on Facebook. They really do. And then they branch out and go to other places. So kind of start, when you're first starting out, start with one and then add others in. A great one to add in is Pinterest, because thanks to an awesome website and an awesome app, you can basically automatically put everything from every other social media platform onto Pinterest, okay? And that is called If This Then That. So it's ifttt.com. Or on your phone, it is If, okay, the app. So go in there, you set up recipes, and what you do is you connect all your social media platforms to Pinterest, okay? So for example, I have all my Instagram pictures go into a Pinterest board without me even doing anything. So I'm on Pinterest even though I'm not really on Pinterest, okay? You can do this with your fan page, you can do this with your personal page, you can do this from YouTube, you can do this on Twitter, anything can go back into Pinterest. You need a picture though, that's one little caveat. You need a picture or a video, I guess I should put that in there, because Pinterest is very visual. So go in there and set that up. Why you want to be on Pinterest though? You want to be on Pinterest because it's Google searched, okay? So imagine somebody like myself who, spends time creating my images. I think I create a very good image. I put it on Instagram. It stays for a couple days, and then it's, far enough down in my feed, nobody sees it. So what do I do? Well, because it's on Pinterest, if somebody happens to be searching one of the keywords that I happen to use in the caption, they see it on the Google search now. So this way you're allowing your product, and your content that we work so hard on to stay out longer, okay? And you're getting different eyes on it. Pinterest is very, very visual, so it works very well with Instagram. They kind of go together like that. But the cool thing is, on Pinterest at least, people that go on Pinterest, they buy, and they spend $278 on average. That's a lot of money, right? Think about it. What kind of, pretty much an average course is about that much, right? So if you can win them up and everything like that and get them to love you and know, like, and trust, as we were saying, on Pinterest, as well as whatever your normal social media platform is, use Pinterest as your background, you may actually get some extra sales that way. So that is my tip, is use If This Then That. Set up your recipes, and whatever platform you're on, just automatically keep backing it up into Pinterest. Okay?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Robin. So we've given you 4 real strong strategies now to go out and start getting your teeth into. We wonder, would you like a little bonus? Everybody loves a bonus, right? Actually, we're going to give you a 5th one. Because we love you so much, and we always are all for one and one for all, want to share the knowledge and the love. So our 5th one is Twitter. And Twitter is very automated as well, and Sarah's going to tell you a little bit of knowledge about that before she jumps into a little additional bonus for you with daily method of operation.
Thanks, Laura. Yeah, Twitter is another one very similar to Pinterest that you can actually run very automatic. You don't need to be heavily involved in Twitter if you don't have the time for it. So I'm going to share with you a few tools that will really help you to get it automated, get it running in the background, and get it generated, put my teeth in, get it generating you some leads. So the first one is something amazing, which I've not long discovered, but it is fantastic, is called Tweet Jukebox. Basically, you can set it up to post automatically onto your Twitter feed inspirational posts. And I've been doing that, and I've noticed that my engagement and my leads have massively increased. And it also makes things so much easier for me because it's automatically happening. It's saving me time that I can be spent doing other things. So I recommend you having a look at that. Second one is something called Crowdfire. Now, this is one that's, some people don't like it, some people love it. I have it set up automatically, so anyone who follows me will get an automatic message just to say, hi, thanks for connecting. I'd like to connect further. Please join me on Facebook, and then just put my profile on there. I'm getting people come over from Twitter into my Facebook because that's the central hub. Like I said, some people don't like it. Some people don't like an automatic message. I find it quite easy because I've set my Twitter up to be very automated. Another one is Hootsuite. And with that, you can set up your posts and get it to automatically schedule them onto Twitter. Again, saving you time. You can use the same posts as you would use in your group or on your profile, and it can go to both Twitter and Facebook. Another great tool just to save you that time so you can do other important things. YouTube has an automatic share from Twitter. You can just click the box and it will automatically, any video that you upload onto YouTube will automatically get shared to your Twitter account. Again, no extra effort on your part, but all the time you're keeping your presence up on Twitter to generate more followers and more leads. And then obviously, as Robin said, you've got if this then that, which she's already explained that, so I won't go into that. But like I said, Twitter is a great one to just have running in the background, generating those leads. And if you do put a link the same way as you would with Instagram in your bio to your group, your Facebook group, and also if you want to set up an automated message with a link back to your Facebook, then it's another great way of just bringing leads over to Facebook for you. And that is Twitter. So what I'm going to go on to now, leading nicely from the automated, is daily method of operation. And what we mean by that sounds very technical. What we mean by that is basically what you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis to grow your business. And we're very lucky. We all do the 6 steps. And the 6 steps is pretty much our daily method of operation. It tells us exactly what we need to be doing on a daily basis, because you have to be consistent. It is no good going mad and posting God knows how many posts for 2 days and then nothing for a week. People need to keep seeing you. You need to keep being there. You need to keep your presence up. And so being consistent and having a daily method of operation helps you to do that. So what is our daily method of operation? We're going to share with you our insider secrets of what we do on a daily basis. And the first thing we do is we create content. By content, we mean posts. So whether that be on your Instagram, on your Facebook, wherever it is, you create a piece of content. We would recommend at least 2 a day, one of which being educational for your particular niche, one being engaging. So you're encouraging people to comment and get those leads coming in. The next thing we do is to capture those leads. And that's pretty much everything we've just been covering on all the bases. So I'm not going to go into that one. Next off, we connect with people. Everything Laura was saying on Facebook and what we've been saying with Instagram. There are ways on Pinterest to connect with people. Obviously on YouTube, you can connect with new subscribers. On Twitter, I've mentioned about having your an automatic message, or you can individually go in and manually message everyone, but we connect with them because it's a 2-way process. It's no good just having everyone come to you and you're not talking to them. You absolutely have to be connecting with them. We then comment. So again, two-way process. We go and we look and we comment on our followers. We comment on other people's posts to get them to know us, be in their face. Really, we're here. We're commenting on your posts. We're engaging with you. It's a bit of reciprocation. We comment on theirs. They were more likely to comment on ours. We then communicate, and I think Laura's going to go into relationship building and she'll talk more about this. So again, I'm not going to go into that. And the final step is closing, or however you want to call it, collecting the decision, where we talk about presenting our opportunity and getting either a yes or no decision. But I'm going to hand you over to Laura, who's going to go into that into more detail for you. What we also recommend is that you include some mindset work. 80% of success, whatever you're in, is mindset. If you're an athlete, we've been watching the Olympics recently, they will be working on their mindset. They will be doing daily affirmations, they will be doing meditation, they will be keeping a journal. These are all things that will help. It might not seem important, but actually 80% is down to what goes on in here. So we do recommend that you do some of that. A book called Miracle Morning for Network Marketers by Hal Elrod is a brilliant place to get started. It's a really easy book to read, and I recommend you have a look at that. It will make a huge difference. But I'm going to hand you over to Laura now, who will go through relationship building with you.
Actually, Robin's going through it, so never mind.
Well, there you go.
I'm trying to like get your attention, and you just kept.
I'm so sorry. I just waffled on.
Some slides for you. So guys, you guys have had awesome information here. We came on here purely to give you 4 lead generation strategies, and actually we decided that there's so much more to this than just lead generation. There's obviously your daily method of operation, being consistent, getting a routine in place, and really building that that momentum and action equals results, and it just kind of snowballs and snowballs till things become much easier and much more straightforward because it becomes a routine. So the next thing you need to know is that you really can't build, you can build as big a following as you like, and that pipeline that I mentioned earlier can have thousands of people in it, but if you're not actually building relationships, as we've mentioned, you're not going to get anywhere. So Robin is going to give you some top tips on relationship building, and this is solid stuff, guys, so I hope you're taking notes because this is going to help you propel your business forward.
Yes, okay, relationship building. Marketing is a relationship business, okay? I don't care what people say, you have to be genuine, you have to be who you are, okay? I always joke, a friend of mine one time actually admitted he used to go to his mother-in-law's house to make videos, okay? She had a beautiful front yard and everything like that. He would actually stand in there in the yard and make these lovely videos and put on a tie and a suit and everything like that and portray that, he had all this money and everything like that when he was just starting out. And one of the neighbors, his neighbors actually saw his video on YouTube and kind of called him out on it, like, that's not you. And he felt mortified. And he realized, this is not me. So what he did was he put on a ratty old t-shirt and he went out in the backyard in his, at the time, in his apartment complex, backyard there that they had. And he started doing videos that way. And people started relating to him because he admitted, I'm a newbie. I'm just starting out. I still have a full-time job making, that pays all my bills. People started relating to him. And that's what the key is. You have to be genuine, okay? And you have to be you, whatever you is, okay? You is, yeah. Whew, you are. Whatever you are, okay? I'm a work from home mom. My hair's, up in a ponytail and I got a ratty old t-shirt on, Hey, that's what it is. That's me. But you know what? Every other work from home mom will probably agree with me, that those days you get a shower is a good thing, because it doesn't always happen. So they need to be able to relate with you. And once they relate with you, you can almost, I don't want to use the word persuade, but that's really the word you can do. You can kind of get them to persuade to do whatever you want, whatever the action is, join your business, buy your products, stuff like that, because they relate to you, okay? Sales is like a transfer of emotions, okay? So once they relate to you and they understand you, the know, like, and trust factor we say, then they're going to buy from you, okay? So you got to first work on that bond, and that bond really goes from day one, from the time they first meet you. So don't be fake like my friend used to be, okay? Be real from the very, very beginning, who you are. Okay, we all have needs. And that's the biggest thing when you're going to be able to close somebody or get the decision, collect the decision, as we like to say. Close to me means you're closing the door, and I don't like that idea. Collecting the decision, because a no now could be a yes in a couple weeks or in a month or a year later, you know. So it's not a closed door, remember that. But we all have needs, and you want to solve the needs. Don't leave that person's needs open, okay? One of them is, the biggest thing is pain. Humans, animals actually in general, but humans are going to do anything they can to avoid pain. So find their pain and then solve it with what, you know, your product or your business or something like that. Okay, that's really number one. That will work, okay? Don't ever let somebody's pain go unanswered, okay? Then you also want to encourage their dreams, okay? Get them thinking, you know, aware from where they are to what they want. So what do they want? Do they want to stay at home with their children? Do they want to be able to, you know, pay for their kids' university or college so they don't have to take out loans and end up in debt? You know, what do they want? Do they want to go on vacation? Ask them what their dreams are. Get them to think about it, you know, get them to picture, you know, the big house with the barbecue in the back and the smell of the burgers, you know, get them to do that. That all works. It's emotions, you know. You also want to validate their thoughts and feelings, okay? Nobody likes to be told no. You know that, right? Okay, you probably feel the same way. So for example, if someone comes at you, you know, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, you're right, you know, I'm not even gonna do it. Okay, don't say no, you're wrong, you know, and get defensive and everything like that. Instead say, you're right, you have to be careful. There's a lot of crap out there on the internet, you know, but take a look at this, you know, or I'm doing this, okay? Don't say no, because people don't like that. They also want to feel loved, okay? Now that's love coming from you as your sponsor, you know, bringing the person in. It's also the love of their family, you know. When people are starting out, you know, a lot of times, you know, they don't always have the support of their family. So you got to kind of make them feel loved, you know, from your end, working with them in a business, and make sure they realize that from the beginning. And then you really just want to calm their fears, okay? One of the biggest objections you're probably going to get is whatever they say. I need to talk to my spouse. I don't have the money. I don't know if I have the time, whatever it is. Most of the time, what they really fear is, can I do this? So you have to reassure them they can do this, okay? And my little big bonus, and I want you to get your pens out. I actually dropped mine. Here's my pen, okay? Get this out, because this comes from Ray Higdon, the man, the genius, everything, okay? I want this to be your last thing you remember. Well, not the last thing. The last thing you remember of what I'm going to say, okay, is when you get on the phone with somebody, or you're texting somebody or whatever, and you say, you know, would you like to check out the presentation? And they say no. What do you say? Most people say, okay, goodbye. You know, have a good day. Talk to you soon, you know, whatever. Don't do that, okay? This is what you want to say. Now, I'm actually going to read it because I want to make sure I get it correct. Do you know anyone who would like to make extra money if they had a step-by-step blueprint to show them how to do it? Okay? I'll say it again. Do you know anyone that would like to make some extra money if you showed them a step-by-step blueprint on how to do it? Okay? 50% of the time, they're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean? You know, they're going to stop in their tracks, and they're going to ask you for that help, because you're providing a solution. Remember, provide the answer. You're easing their pain, and mostly, like I said, you're calming their fears. Okay, so all that other stuff that we were worried about, you're calming their fears. And then if they don't, they actually give you referrals. So it's a win-win situation, you know. So before you get off the phone, or you know, after somebody has said no, just ask that simple question, and you'll be surprised. I bet 80% of the time, they ask you for more information. And that's it. So go collect the decisions.
Fantastic. Awesome tips. And I hope you guys all wrote that down. It's so powerful to get people to connect with their emotions when you're speaking with them. If you don't get them connected with their emotions, they're probably going to be quite flippant with you. But if you get them to connect and really dig deep into what it is they want, and what it is they fear, and what it is they like to get away from, then just like Robin said, you're going to almost not even need to persuade them. They're going to ask you for the information. So it's really, really powerful. So that is pretty much our roundup of our information that we want to share with you. And I hope you have got real value. We've shared some fantastic information. we've got one more bonus. Can you believe it? Another bonus. Yeah. And this is something that's really coming from the heart for us, guys. And Sarah's going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Right, everyone, we have shared a lot of information with you tonight. We have given you 5 strategies to implement to start getting leads, and you can start doing that straight away, but there's a lot. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to make this a bit easier for you, and we wanted to help you, really. So what we are offering is we are offering you a free one-to-one with one of us guys to help you to identify which one of those strategies is going to suit you best, how to implement that, and what goals you want to achieve from doing that, and how to set up your own very own daily method of operation to ensure that you get those results. So what we're going to do is we're going to post a link for you to just fill in a really quick application, just so we get to know a little bit more about you just before the call. And then we will talk you through those things. So it's a free opportunity to have a one-to-one chat with one of us guys on how to implement one of the strategies that we've talked about, how to go about achieving your goals, and designing your very own daily method of operation. It'll be really powerful, and I guarantee that you will start seeing results straight away. So head over to the events page where we will be sharing that link with you. So I'm going to hand you back over to Laura.
So that's it, guys. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Just for any of you who have been referred to this webinar by someone that's not one of us or Jacques, these people work very, very closely with us and are actually part of our inner circle, and we will be helping them help you. So get that application form in for that strategy call. It's very powerful. It's going to help you really push forward in your business. And you know, there is a place in that form for you to just mention who it was that had referred you to us. So I hope you found real value. We love having you on here. This makes us very happy to be helping you. So go on, get yourself filled in the application right now, and we will see you on one of the calls with one of us. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to pop them in the event. So I'm going to say goodnight. I hope you've had a great time listening to us and you've learnt loads. So take care. Bye.